Hello, everybody. Back again because I'm trying to get all caught up with all of Chantal's content. So I posted a couple of reacts to her temple vlog and also the pizza nostalgia vlog. And this one was a vlog that she posted just a day ago called I Got a Lust for Life. So this is a live that she did, and she was complaining about different things. And I just wanted to give my thoughts on it, and I wanted to share the experience with all of you. So why don't we just get into it? Because I've got a lot of things that I've got to do today. I'm kind of on a time crunch today. So I just want to do this react, share it with all of you. And I've got housework to do. I've got other work I need to do. And I just need to get going. So why don't we just get started? All right, let me just bring up Chantal. So let's just set the stage. It is, I believe, 7 or 8 p.m. where she is in Thailand. And according to her, Salah is inside. He's sleeping. And she is out on the balcony with her microphone way too close to her mouth. And she is going to just start. How am I going to, what's the word I'm looking for? She talks about being not so good of an editor and the content is not so great, blah, blah, blah. We'll get into it. I'm going to save my thoughts for then. Let's get to, well, you know what? Before we do that, before I forget, why don't we do something I haven't done in a while? Because Chantal's been editing her comments and making it less fun. I used to just show her comments on her videos along with her lives, but she started editing the comments. Boo, Chantal, leave them all there. But I want to show a few of the comments from people that commented on her video. So let's do that first because there's some really great comments there. Okay, so Eliza says, you always say that you've tried tons of therapists, but the viewers who have been watching for a long time will know that you hardly ever go back to them more than once. In my opinion, that's not trying therapy. Results come after months of consistently going back to the same counselor and actively working through things and gaining new strategies for how to cope. Yes, ma'am, you're right. You can't just have all your problems solved and all your issues resolved within one visit. And when you go to see a therapist, they're going to ask the hard questions. They're going to get to the root of the problem. That's how they help you. You talk to them, they talk to you. If you're open to that person, if you're open to a different point of view, they can help you. They can give you different coping tools and coping mechanisms and suggest different strategies with managing your problem or dealing with your problem, or in Chantal's case, problems, because she's got more than one. So she's in Thailand, and just like in Kuwait, she's using food to cope with her issues, and this is not the way to go. So you're right. You don't try therapy. You don't try counseling. You go, you have your ears open, you have your mind open, you listen and decide, I'm going to stick with this for my own benefit. You don't just give it up after one visit. You keep going, you stick with it, you work through the uncomfortable moments, and then you get results. Okay. Krista says, talking to your loyal viewers is not an acceptable replacement for therapy. Facts. You tend to want a hug box. And if you remember how mad you used to get when everyone warns you about you know who, just think if you would have listened to people instead of insulting and blocking them. If I were you, I'd want to get in touch with reality at this, why isn't it not? I'm clicking on it, point in your life, instead of choosing a delusion like you did before. Look at how much that hurt you last time. You are still affected by decisions you were making back then. Life is short. Well, she wants a bunch of yes men. She wants enablers. She wants people that do not oppose whatever narrative she puts out there and whatever she chooses to do, no matter how unhealthy it is for her, no matter how bad it is for her. She wants people that back her up on all of her decisions, even if they're bad. You know, she wants a toxic safe space of Agree with me, because if you don't agree with me, I'm going to get angry with you. I might degrade you. I might get on my channel and talk about you and degrade you and embarrass you because that's what Chantal does. Agree with her or else. That goes for people on her channel, that goes for people in her personal life. Why do you think she's alone? Angry people always end up alone for a reason. She's got an anger problem and she just cannot deal with constructive criticism or criticism of any kind. That's why she's so alone. She has to pay for companionship. If she were a halfway decent person, she may not have to pay, but she's not a decent person. So to have a companion, she's got to rent somebody. User says, Chantal, just an observation. Longtime viewers get to read your facial expressions and they feel now when you're feeling hide things from us. When you are open and honest, more people want to support you. Being on the fence always is not working for you. Just my view on you. You're right. Chantal treats the reactors, she treats the reaction channels, the audience, her own audience. She treats everybody like they're stupid. Like she does the content, but she doesn't watch it back to see the other side of things. And when she gets called out for things, she's like, no, that's not true. That is not true. Your perspective is not our perspective, Chantal. You're on the inside looking out. We're on the outside looking in. And when you're on the outside looking in, you can see more detail. So thinking you're the smartest person in the room and that you can hide all of your lies and deceive everybody, it ain't working. You might as well stop. Seriously, you might as well just be honest. This person's right. Just be honest with your audience. Stop lying. Stop trying to portray like you're in a happy marriage. Everything's okay. Clearly, not everything is okay. All right. Okay, so that's a few of the comments. So let's get on to the actual live itself.
But it's not going to be like super cool because I'm not a good editor.
Okay.
I'm mediocre.
Let's go back. Let's go back. Sorry.
First, how are you? Can you hear me talk? Hello, A. Nice picture. Salam Habibti. Can you hear me? Est-ce que vous pouvez m'entendre? Do you hear the AC unit? Because is the audio okay? Hi, everybody. Kim Richards, Gabrielle Washburn, Ash. When I look at myself in this hat, I want us to sing Panama. Panama. Oh.
Please don't sing Van Halen. Please don't.
I feel like having a good time. Hi, Squishy Granny. Ew. Do you look at your Instagram messages? Oh, shoot. Sorry. Living life. I have to, yeah. Alicia. Chef Leftovers, what's up? Hi, Green Grapes. What am I doing up? It's 7 p.m. here. Hi, Mama. Vanessa. Meep. Hello. Assalamu alaikum. Currently waiting to go into a job interview. Good luck. Oh, I hate those. Do you want me to grill you? Okay, first question. So, this position is very competitive. So, could you just give us a few examples of how your specific skill set could contribute to our company? Their practice. When can we get a jet ski, bees? In your dreams, maybe. I hope you take Ambien. Hey, Black Jay. I seem happy today. Yeah. I feel happy. Hello, creepy.
You don't sound convinced. I feel happy. When you're happy, you don't have to explain to people that you're happy. They can just tell that you're happy. And if things were everything you claim they are, why aren't you in bed next to your husband? Because that's what you do when you're in a happy marriage or relationship. You sleep next to your husband or your boyfriend or your partner. You're not up at 7 o'clock at night just vlogging by yourself.
What's up? All right. I have these new microphones.
It's just weird to me Before she got with Salah, did she or did she not talk about she wanted someone to cuddle with? So she's got Salah there. Why isn't she cuddling with him? Unless they don't have a relationship and it's just a business transaction of sorts.
Okay. I'm going to do a video, but I want to know how the sound quality is. These are supposed to be really good. Hi, Ass. Hello, Font. Whoa. Okay, can you hear the AC unit? Because if you can, that's a problem, but I don't have anywhere else to live stream. Salah fell asleep for a nap, so we had a long day. And I am editing something, guys, that I'm going to be really proud of this project. So the mic, because
The smarter option would have been to get a room for yourself and a room for him, and that way you could have vlogged inside anytime you wanted. You know what vibes I'm getting here, y'all? When she was in Kuwait, I'm getting the vibe of when they were in that apartment, the vibe that I got was that there was one bed for a while, and he would sleep in the bed at night, and she would stay up all night. And then when he got up the next day, that's when she could sleep in the bed. They kind of like took turns sleeping in the bed because they could not or would not sleep in the bed together. And I'm getting that same vibe here in Thailand. Like he's in the bed, and I don't know if there's a second bed in the room, but maybe that's what's going on. Knowing how cheap Chantal is, she probably got a room with one bed, so they're having to, rotate who sleeps in the bed at one time.
of the AC noise. The boil is actually really good. It's no more. Hi, P-Mac. Know what? Serving microphone realness.
And I just got through reacting to the temple vlog, Chantal. And in that vlog, that's where you guys got the hat. And I really did not see a tremendous amount of walking from you. Certainly not enough to where it would cause you to have a really big boil. So you talked about walking for hours and hours and hours and hours, when in that vlog, there was a lot of using transportation. Like you were getting rides from in cars and taxis and whatnot. And even when you were going up to the temple, you used a lift. So where did this boil show up?
Hi, Mary Johnson. Good morning. So far, it sounds good. Nice. Thanks, Ash. Hi, Glam Gal. You finally upgraded my channel. I'm trying, I'm working on this vlog, and even though I know it won't get like tons and tons of views, it's still going to be something I'm going to be like happy to work on. I'm practicing some editing on it, but it's not going to be like super cool because I'm not a good editor. I'm mediocre at best.
Well, you don't have to be. You're mediocre because you want to be, because you choose to be. There's a lot of people, a lot of reaction channels, a lot of archive channels, clip channels. A lot of them are self-taught. They didn't go to school for it. They just figured it out. They figured it out by playing with editing programs, watching tutorials on YouTube, and there are plenty for anybody out there, any of my viewers who might be watching this video. If you're someone and you feel like you want to do a channel and you're wondering, how do I do editing? How do I put things together? How do I do thumbnails? Everything you want to know, there's a video for it. There's a tutorial of some kind. You want to use OBS? There are plenty of tutorials on how to set up OBS and use OBS. There's plenty of tutorials for StreamYard, which is the program I'm using right now. There's all kinds of free programs to put thumbnails together. I actually use Canva. Been using it for the longest. You can make intros on Canva. You can make outros on Canva. They offer a lot of things for free. And by the way, I'm not sponsored. I'm just letting you know. There's Canva. There's KindMaster, which is the editing program that she's using. There's tutorials for that. Everything and anything you want to know, it's out there. The knowledge is out there. So if she's mediocre in her skills, it's not because the knowledge isn't out there and she can't access it. It's just that she doesn't care enough to sit down and learn. She spends all of her time on TikTok and YouTube, running around the reaction channels, lurking in the chats, being a nosy busybody versus improving her skills.
So, but I realized today, if you want to do something, like no book is published without being edited and revised like a million times.
You know, like I'll go on record as saying I don't have like A+ editing skills, but considering where I started out, I've come pretty far because I used to be scared to death of editing. I'm like, how do you do this? But then I turned it into a fun challenge. I have VideoPad, video editor, I have Canva, and I played a fun game of what does this button do? You know, you just try out different things and see what it does, and you figure out how to work it. So editing isn't scary. It may seem scary, it may seem overwhelming, but it really isn't. Once you get used to it, it opens up a whole new world of things you can do for your channel, and I love it. And now, for those of you that are on my channel, if you're noticing like the thumbnails look different, using AI generated art is amazing. Love that. And you get that feature for free on Canva. Yay me.
So I should do that to my like vlogs. I have a chance to make them great, you know?
Why aren't they great?
Yeah, mukbangs and Christmas. It's going well. Just changing the bandages and that's it. Not gonna get any more. Oh, thanks, Shane. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Everyone wants a boil update. I know. You're from Kuwait. The weather's beginning to get better. Oh my gosh, alhamdulillah. I can't wait to be there in the winter. Hi, Saucy. It's been a little while, Chef Leftovers.
So how long exactly are you planning to stay in Thailand? Because right now it's not winter, it's fall. And I love the fact that it's fall. I'm in Washington. The weather is beautiful here. Washington is beautiful by itself, but I grew up in Florida and I moved from Florida to California and then to Washington. And Florida and Cali, you really don't notice the change of seasons because you're not out around nature much. It's a lot more city, but it's people here in Washington must laugh at me because I'm not used to the change of seasons, and to see it for the first time, it's just like wow. So she's talking about not going back to Kuwait till the winter, but that's a long way off. It's still fall. Are you planning to stay in Thailand for months?
So, anyways, okay. What's that noise?
Are you annoyed because you are in a hotel or motel and there's noise from the other compartments or the other apartments? Deal with it. Just roll with it, Chantal. Be a professional. If you get something in the background or something's going on, just roll with it. Why are you freaking out?
I don't know what that noise is, guys, but the AC is loud. So, anyway, I hope the microphone helps. And other than that, what's up, guys? I know there's not going to be hardly anyone awake right now. I just wanted some company because I'm taking a break from editing. And like sometimes I just get bored of it and don't want to continue. Like I need a break. Like it's definitely like, you know, first I start off by putting all of the clips from the camera rolls, like all the media sources in the editor. And that alone takes like an hour probably to organize the clips.
I don't want to hear you're complaining. I really don't. Over there, oh my God, it took me an hour to put a video together. Do you or do you not want to make money on it? If you care enough, you'll spend an hour, you'll spend 2 hours, you'll spend 3 hours. If you're doing a video that you're hoping will make you $40, $60, $100, you'll take that hour and you will shut your mouth. I do ambiance videos, Chantal, making it all from scratch. And I will easily spend 2 to 3 hours just on one video. Not because I'm going to make a tremendous amount of money on it, but because I enjoy it. It's fun for me. I enjoy creating something. But you're over there griping and complaining about, oh my God, I just spent an hour on a video. It's so horrible. Girl, shut up. This is how you make your money. So just spend the hour and be quiet.
Superman Sadie, I find no matter what I do, like my views stay the same relatively. I don't.
That's because the content stays the same. Exactly the same. Yes, ma'am, you're in Thailand. Yes, you are. And you're in a different location, but you're not utilizing it. You're not getting away from the food content. You're trying to do the same content in a different location. Thailand is beautiful. It's gorgeous. Oh my God, that temple. That temple was breathtaking. I mean, really, wow. And still trying to include food in that vlog. Posting a mukbang directly after that. Combining everything. Gotta make sure the feedies are happy. Ugh, no, they don't have to be happy. Making sure the 25% is happy. What about the 75%? People that like you and they just want to see something different. They're tired of the food, sick of it. Let go of the same old, same old. Embrace the new. Embrace it. Stop fighting it. Give the people what they want. They want new. They want innovative. They want creative. They want inspirational. Give it to them. This is how you make your money. This is your channel, but you are relying on the public for your income, are you not? So isn't it important to make the public happy? You can't go 100% what the people want. You got to do what makes you happy, but you take in consideration what your audience is asking for. You say, give us something new. You're in Thailand. Take us on a journey. Show us everything you can. Do it in an interesting way. Pay attention. Do your eating of food off camera. Do it privately. Nobody cares about the food. Nobody, except for the toxic people that they care because that's their fetish.
Honestly, don't really keep track of my views that much.
You lie.
Like I just keep track.
Lies everywhere. Lies. Lying McLiar. Yes, you do. She pays attention to the views. Of course she does. Because she wants to calculate how much money she's making off every video. She's so concerned about the views. She's over there trying to put herself in as many algorithms as possible, adding different tags to her videos. Interracial couple, Kuwait, Thailand, food, mukbang, obesity, big girl in Thailand. She's adding all those tags. Why? Trying to put herself in different algorithms, trying to attract many different kinds of people to her channel. But she's not concerned about the views. If you weren't concerned about the views, why use all those different tags, Chantal? Make it make sense. You're doing everything you know how to attract as many people as possible, but you're leaving out one important element: quality, interesting content. That is important. That is more important than a bunch of tags or clickbait titles. Quality versus quantity. One great video is worth 20 trash videos. Quality. You got to make everything quality. It means you really got to think, you really got to work. You can't just sit back on your haunches and do very little. People recognize and they respond to quality. But quantity, They'll look at it for half a second and turn away and go elsewhere. Because if you ain't giving up the quality, somebody else is. And guess who's going to get the sub? Not you.
Of like if I get paid or not. Like, I don't care, So I mean, I don't know what it means, but
Liar.
whatever,
Lying McLiar.
Just keep trying. Hi, Francesca, Lisa. No, we have a computer, but I don't like editing on. I like laying down like a seal on my side and edit.
Why? Isn't that uncomfortable? I can't imagine laying down on my side for an hour and editing that way. Wouldn't that hurt your back? Sit there and prop yourself up on a pillow like this, like laying on the side, trying to edit. Why not use the computer? Or if they're using a laptop, why not put the laptop on the bed in front of her while she's on her side and edit? I mean, why make your life harder if you don't have to?
I feel like I want to do something. It's 7 a.m. there. I feel like I want to do something tonight, but I don't know how long to allow on that for. I should finish the editing, and I'm kind of lazy. Because, like, tomorrow we're supposed to try taking public transportation. Ew. Okay. Oh, you have to have a break from editing. It's a big process. Yeah, you would know, right? Creepy, comfort, and
Why does she hate public transportation? Because other people will be there. I would think that public transportation is her best friend. That way she doesn't have to walk.
crime. You do very good editing. I'm vaguely following the Ashton Kutcher drama and this one other girl from Orange is the New Black defending him, freaking out. It's 7 a.m. here, muggy hot. Oh, really? Pumpkin spice latte. Nice. As long as I'm bringing in the moolah, yeah. Hey, Kaz. I mean, everyone has to make money. Everyone has to pay bills. You cannot live unless you have money, really. Or that you're very, very, very crafty and creative, which I'm not. Hi, Monica. What's up, Beezerette? So the female Beezers are now Beezerettes. Yeah, I just.
So she's on her channel telling her viewers, look, I'm not that creative. I'm not that great of editing. So I'm just doing the only thing I know how to do and eat. She's saying I'm not that good at these certain things that I should be good at. Although I could be good if I applied myself and worked on myself, I could bring things up to a level which would be better for me and better for all of you, my viewers, because you would get quality content. But I'm just going to get here and I'm going to make excuses to all of you that I'm not that good. I've had my channel for 5 freaking years, and I could have learned a bunch of stuff a long time ago. But rather than learn it, I'm just going to make excuses. You want that silver play button, don't you, Chantal? You want that YouTube plaque for 100K. I guess you don't want it that badly. You're not willing to work for it.
I wanted to basically, like, I don't know, just hang out for a little bit. I'm gonna sit out here anyway. It's actually not bad out right now. This is actually good weather. Working from home is great. Yeah. There is some kind of weird charm though to also working a 9 to 5 or a structured job and going in, getting your work done and leaving and not having to take it home with you, But yeah, I prefer being like independent, I guess. I hate having a boss because I always.
You're not independent, though. You're codependent. I would not call you being independent. I would call you being codependent because you're not alone. You're not doing everything yourself. You need help. You need someone to be there to be your caretaker. I would call you independent if you were doing all this by yourself and you didn't need a companion, but you do. You're so codependent that you have to have somebody around you at all times, assisting you. If Salah weren't there, what would you do? Would you be in Thailand Would you be experiencing all of this by yourself? No, absolutely not. You wouldn't do that without him or anybody.
Please don't like my
You need an actual living crutch in order to do these things.
boss. That's not true. Sometimes I have. How long have you been on vacation? I know. It's been a while. It's been like over 2 weeks now. I used to work 9 to 4 Bezerette. Hello, Monica. I'm on the balcony. Is the AC noise really loud, guys, or is it okay? Most people are still expected to bring their work home with them, unfortunately. For a lot of positions, especially the more responsibility, and the more advanced your position is, the more you have. I used to bring my work home with me, like at the hospital. That position I just couldn't do because, like, I would be thinking all night, oh my gosh, did I do this right? Did I email this guy?
Oh, please stop. I've been watching you too long, and I know your lore too much. Y'all want to know what happened with her job at the hospital? Actually, with a couple of jobs she had, she got fired from her job. She would get fired. One job she worked, she got fired for not showing up to work. Couldn't be bothered. Another job, she got fired because she was eating at her desk. Another one, she got fired because she signed up for the job, and part of the job requirement was that she would speak fluent French. And she didn't know how to speak fluent French, so she got fired. She worked at a hospital, and this was about the same time that she was with BB. She worked at the job, and they gave her a compensation package to make her go away. So she's never worked any job successfully. She's always gotten fired from her jobs.
I just couldn't keep up with that job. It was so hard and it was depressing. Thank you, General Taro. It's okay? Oh, cool, Leah. Perfect. These mics are awesome. Hi, Melanie D. Hi, lady. Thought that your views may increase substantially if you ever have the chance to get like bariatric surgery. Thanks, super. But honestly, I'd be one of those people that would get the bariatric surgery and gain it back. So
True. So this person, super mean Sadie, says, only asking because I thought that your views may increase substantially if you have ever had the chance to get bariatric surgery. You're beautiful and you get so much more mobility. Here's the thing. She can't get the surgery. And even if she could, it would not be the best decision because she's got her ongoing problem with food. Any surgeon would say no to her. They're not going to operate on a patient that has an issue with food. It's very high risk surgery. It's very intense surgery. And in order to get that kind of surgery, you have to jump a lot of hoops. They have to see that you are losing weight. They have to see that you're on that journey and you're serious about it. They want to monitor your progress. And they don't want to give the surgery to someone with a problem with food. And then that person turn around and have a B moment and end up busting out their staples or busting their stomach. It just wouldn't work. If Chantal had the surgery and if she got on and off the table successfully, she would want to have a B moment. And all it would do is cause her to have moments where she was making herself physically ill because you can only put so much food in your stomach. She would be vomiting over and over and over again and crying and screaming because her mind is telling her to do one thing and her body is saying, no, we can't. So that is not an option for her at all. The surgery is not a quick fix for the problem that she has. She needs to lose the weight. And she could do that easily by cutting down her freaking calories. Consume maybe 1,200 calories a day versus 4,000 or 5,000. Because you got to figure in somebody who is 400 pounds or 500 pounds, as it were, with Chantal, just to maintain that weight, she needs what, 4,000 or 5,000 calories just to maintain whatever weight she's at. So decreasing the calories, she would start to drop weight like crazy because she's not taking in as many. So just decreasing the calories would do a lot for her, but she's increasing. She's getting bigger, not smaller.
But honestly, I don't ever do anything just for my views. You know, even if
Liar.
my views
Lying McLiar with a side of McLi fries. I don't do anything for views. BS. BS. Doing the food content for the views. Salah's showing all those side angles and full body angles for the views. Doing it for the feedy people. Doing it for the reaction channels. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? You're a liar. Stop lying. I would have more respect for you if you came out, you busted out with the truth and said, look, this is my living. This is how I make my money. So views are very important to me. So I am looking at anything that gets me the views. I would respect you just a little bit if you said that, if you were honest, but you're not. You try to come off like, I don't care about the views. I don't care about the numbers. I don't care about the money. BS. Be honest. Be honest. Try it. You'll put everything in your mouth except truth. You'll let everything else come out of your mouth except truth. Try some truth. It tastes good and it goes down easy.
are low at a certain point, I'm still going to do that thing in my life, you know, and just adjust to the changes, whether it's monetary or whatever. So, yeah, I'm satisfied, you know, super mean Sadie. Like, I also have a partner who contributes, and like, I never really had that really. No, that's not true, but this,
What does he contribute? What does Salah contribute? What is he? What the F? What does he contribute? Like 2 or 3 words of dialogue here and there, calling you babe. What does he contribute? What valuable thing does he add to you and your channel that he just has to be there? Tell me. I want to know. What does he do that's so valuable you have to have him there next to you? He's a loser. He's a professional bum. He's a kept man. What does he contribute? You were doing better on your own. You've been doing worse since you hooked up with him. Nobody likes him. He's only there because you need something in your optics. You need some eye candy. And he was the first one to grab at the bait you threw in the ocean. He was the one that you got on the hook. He's not contributing anything, but it's what makes you happy. And his benefit is he gets to go to places like Thailand and you're footing the bill. And he holds the camera to get them full body angles and to throw that shade at you that you goes right over your stupid head. He's no valuable asset. But I don't feel sorry for him. He signed on to this. He's co-signing on it. He's not backed away. So no sympathy for him either. But don't act like he's some valuable asset. Because even on his gaming channel, he sucks. He absolutely sucks. That's why he puts you on his gaming channel. He's not getting the views on his own. He's relying on you to do everything. And you are doing everything. What's he bringing to the table? Nothing.
I don't know, I guess the same way. So it takes some of the pressure. Thing here. It's changed your life? Good. No, I know it's changed a lot of people's lives. My boil is fine. Yeah, it's healing just fine, Monica. Thanks for asking.
He's healing just fine because, in my opinion, there was no boil. There was none. She lied about it. She's been kind of vague about a lot of things with that boil situation. She's vague because it's a lie. It's an absolute lie. She just wants people to feel sorry for her. Let me tell you something. Anybody out there, any of my viewers, question. If you were someone and you had a golf ball sized boil on the inside of your thigh, and you had to go somewhere and you have to have it lanced, would you be fine to walk in 2 days? No. You wouldn't want to walk at all until that sucker was healed, especially if there's a chance for infection. So you're a lie. You're a lie, Chantal. You're a lie. You're not saying they gave you antibiotics or any painkillers or anything. And if they gave them to you, they'd be in your purse or your luggage. They'd be easy to find. You could produce some paperwork. You would have vlogged being at the hospital or the clinic. You didn't do none of that, you liar.
Yeah, I'd like to feel better too.
Like when does Chantal ever turn away from the opportunity to show herself in the hospital, in a hospital bed with a hospital gown and band on the wrist? When has she ever turned away from that? Never, unless it never happened.
I'm gonna start something. Can you tell us anything else about what you're editing? Yeah, Danielle.
Now, why can't you do that? You're saying, I'm so busy editing, I have so many vlogs. Why can't you give people a taste and give some hints about what you're working on? I mean, entice people to stick around and know what to look for. Why can't you do that? Why not?
Really, mukbangs? Editing selfies. What could I tell you?
Oh, here we go. Mukbangs of Christmas Past says Glitter and Lasers is taking a weight loss drug. Pardon me. So, excuse me. And has lost 60 pounds. Fantastic. Well done, Glitter and Lasers. Also, a big congratulations to Candy, Hungry Fat Chick. I've heard around the way that she is back in the 300s. So, well done, Candy. Well done. Look at all these people, Chantal, that have channels, big channels, and they're losing weight. So, what's your excuse? Why can't you follow in their footsteps? Why wouldn't you do it for the sake of your own mobility and your own health? You're worried that if you change up your content that nobody will watch you. But people have said, "We're here for you. We'll watch whatever you put up. It doesn't have to be about food." So, whatever fear you have about people leaving, it's unfounded. I think you just want to cling on to the food because for some reason you want to include that in with your content.
Well, depending on what you're interested in, I think this will blow you away, this video, to see what's in it. Because there are some very, very, very amazing, beautiful places to visit here in Thailand. So we're just trying to get the most that we can out of it, you know?
Translation: I filmed a bunch of footage and I'm being cheap and I'm going to just dole out little bits and turn that into like many different videos versus making a long quality video that maybe they don't go out that much and they don't film that much. So she has to make little teeny tiny vlogs that are just long enough to monetize versus a long, complete vlog that people would enjoy of many different things all at once versus one teeny tiny thing.
Hello, Nacer. Please let this open chat because they need the money after your Thailand beats. Why are people so worried about my finances? Like, I don't get that. Like, oh, I hear this so much. Oh, you just need the money. She's just desperate for money. Like,
You are. It's obvious that you are because you just posted a pizza vlog. You're catering to the feedy people again. You do that when you need money.
she needs money. Like, don't we all? Why are you dogging on someone like,
See, did you guys catch that? She didn't deny it. She didn't say, no, I'm not desperate for money. You lie. Madam, you're traveling. Traveling is expensive, and it's more expensive because you can't scale back on the food. If you scale back, you would have more than enough money for everything. But your food bill is out of control, and you're not cutting back. So you need money.
if they need money? I'm just saying, like, if that were the case, who cares? Like, why is it your business? Why, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think people should just be like, less interested in that stuff. But no, person, whatever your name was, depressed person. Um, Honestly, it's a mixture of reasons we came here. We wanted to travel. We wanted to try doing travel videos together.
You didn't want to travel. Tell the truth. You did not want to travel. Salah's been wanting to travel for over a year, and you've been putting it off and putting it off and making excuses and pushing him back and saying, look, I got to get in shape first. I got to lose some weight first. Well, that didn't happen. You're traveling because you had to travel, because your visa was up. You had to get out of Kuwait. But the big question is, will they allow you back when you go try to go back? We'll see. We'll see.
And I have a target, like, in short term, maybe at least if I could hit like a certain amount of views, I have that number in my head, and maybe long term they can grow eventually. I don't know. I'm gonna try updating the thumbnails every once in a while, just rotating like thumbnails and tags.
But I thought she didn't care. I thought she didn't care about the views. So here's desperate Debbie over here saying, I'm so desperate for money that I'm going to try to trick people to watch my vlogs and my lives. I'm going to try different clickbait titles. I'm going to make up different thumbnails to trick people to watch my stuff. See, if you had quality stuff, you wouldn't have to work overtime to get people interested, Chantal. You're working overtime, tags, trying to get in different algorithms, changing up the titles and thumbnails. Come on, girl. You used to make bank. And you didn't have to do all that. You're doing all this because people are getting bored. Getting bored. And you're not even smart enough to say, you know what? This ain't working. Maybe I just need to throw up my hands and go back to Canada or change my content, one of the two. Maybe I need to step it up with my channel, with my content, with myself. Step it up. Stop dwelling at the bottom of the ladder of laziness and move up the rungs and work on yourself.
Desperate for money, yet Salah's with me for money. That's a very huge contradiction indeed.
Not really. Not really. True, you're not making him rich, but through you, you're paying for his food, you're paying for his lodging. He gets to travel on your dime. He wants to be a kept man. He's a lazy bum. He doesn't want to work. And he thinks that somewhat pretty face that he's just going to go through life and everybody else is going to pay his way. So far, it's working with you because you're the dumb one that's allowing it to happen. You're the idiot that you're not looking at him and saying, well, what are you bringing to this relationship? You're not bringing anything. I'm okay with that. As long as you walk next to me and hold the camera and say a few words, we're good. You're not holding him to any kind of standard so he can just do what he wants. You're not making him rich. But then again, he's not on the street either.
Yeah. Actually, sometimes I get insecure because I'm such a mess, and I think like, how could anyone want to be with me? But like, then I have to try to remember everything positive I bring. And
You don't bring anything positive because if you did, you wouldn't be insecure. See, someone of quality who's got a quality life, they're not insecure. They are not jealous. They are not possessive to the point of obsession. That is you. And honestly, I don't know why you're jealous anyway. You know it's not a real relationship. You know he's not really in love with you, so why are you jealous? He's just a traveling companion that you pay for. Maybe you're thinking that if you spend a certain amount of money on him and he stays with you long enough, that you're going to wear him down to the nub to where he just surrenders to you and says, okay, I'll be with you for life. Didn't you try that crap with Natter? Didn't work, did it? So if it didn't work with Natter, it's not going to work with Salah. Salah can find another woman and ditch you in a second, but you're convenient, so he's sticking with you. You got the money. He knows you got the money. And as long as you got a nickel in your pocket, he's going to be right there to stick his hand in your pocket and get it out. And he's not going to leave until you're flat broke.
You know, like I try to think more positive things and it seems to like dig me out of it because I have so many problems, you know what I mean?
All self-inflicted.
Orange is the new, I look like Van Gogh. I'm not going to say exactly how long we're here till, but yeah, because I just don't want, you know, I just want to be as secretive as I can with certain things now in my life. So,
You know, I don't think she's going to tell people how long she's going to stay in Thailand. Maybe she doesn't know. Maybe she has no idea how long they'll be in Thailand. But it's not like people are going to be meeting her at the airport and checking out her flights and be there in the airport to take a selfie when she gets off the plane. So maybe she just doesn't know when she's coming back.
I have a giant Diet Coke with a giant, no, sorry, a giant ice with a Diet Coke from 7-Eleven.
Listen to this, Chantal. Super Mean Sadie says, I think it's badass that you're traveling. Your content is way more interesting when you take us on field trips. Thank you. Thank you for saying that, Sadie. It is more interesting. It is. Listen to what the people are telling you, Chantal. They like the change of scenery. They don't want to say this. They don't want to see the same room, the same blue couch, the same curtains hanging behind, the same fast food. They want something different. They appreciate the difference. Do you hear what the people are saying? They are giving you praise for getting out of your comfort zone and doing something different. You want to be a travel vlogger, you got to travel. You got to be around people. You got to walk around. You got to visit different places. You just got to. Got to. There's no avoiding it. And if you don't like traveling, just be a mukbanger. Although people are getting bored with that. Really bored.
I think it's badass you're traveling. Your content is way more interesting when you take us on field trips.
Yep.
Thank you, Super Mean Sadie. I'm a little exhausted. We had a long day. So,
This person, Monica, a VIB, saying, don't listen to the reaction channels. They all have their own issues. Bullying and hate is their common denominator. So Chantal puts her content out there. So she puts it out there in the public eye, the public, and that means all of the public. That includes the reaction channels, that includes her audience, our audiences. Us reacting to her is bullying. Us giving our opinions is being hateful. This is not private stuff. We're reacting to her. But I'm looking in the chat right now. Do you guys see any reaction channels, their handles in the chat? I don't either. I've been watching. They're not bugging Chantal. We don't bug her. We leave her alone. We just watch what she does. We'll put on her video or her live and react to it just like I'm doing now. But that's not bullying. That's not bullying at all. We're just getting our opinions out there.
of course, someone would want to be with you. Look at all your fans. People love you. Thank you, Meep. They'll have their own issues. Bullying and hate is their common denominator. True, Monica.
That's what she likes to tell herself, that we're being hateful. That's her shield. Giving a different opinion, not being an enabler, not being a yes man. That makes us bullies. That makes us hateful. No, Chantal, we're just not going to co-sign on you hurting yourself. We're not okay with that. You getting on camera and monetizing your addiction, doing it in front of the public. We're not okay with that. And we're going to call it out. And since you and your companion make a point to show yourself physically, we might comment on that too. We might comment on your lack of mobility. But remember, you're putting it out there on a public platform. So people can say whatever they want. And if you or nobody else likes it, you don't have to watch. Watch something else.
Of men in a Muslim marriage, yeah, they would feel like so ashamed. Um, like, yeah, it's their responsibility as a husband to fill that role, like to be like a caregiver, you know. And I feel like maybe sometimes, like I don't talk about her private.
Hold on a second. See, this is where she's got it mixed up. A husband is a husband. It's not a caretaker. She doesn't want a husband. She wants a caretaker. Two different entities, Chantal. Because if Salah were really your husband, if he really cared about you, even just a little bit, he would put his foot down and say, I love you. I care about you. I care about you so much, or at least enough that I see what you're doing to yourself. This is not okay. You need to stop this, or something is going to happen to you. You're going to end up in the hospital or worse. Someone in your life, whether it's a husband, a boyfriend, a fiance, a girlfriend, a friend, people that care about you, if they care about you enough, they speak out against something that's wrong. But obviously, he doesn't care at all. He has no love for you. What you're looking at as love and acceptance is actually indifference. He's indifferent. He's looking at you and saying, it's not my problem. Her bad health is not my problem. As long as I'm profiting off of what she's doing, I don't care. Let her do what she wants. I can't stop her anyway. He's numb. He's indifferent. You're looking at him and thinking because he's not saying anything, then he must accept you. And he's cool with it. He's cool with it because he's profiting. He's getting some benefit. As long as he gets the benefit, he'll turn a blind eye. He'll keep his mouth shut. So he is. And he will continue to do so until, God forbid, something happens. And once that happens, he's out of there. He has no emotional ties to you. He's not connected to you, to anything other than your bank account. He'll be gone in a half second. You're thinking of the in the now moment, like he's okay, it's okay for now, he's here for now. You're not thinking about the later. You live your life in now moments. You don't think 5 years from now, a year from now. It's all about what's going on right now. Well, what's going on right now is that you're supporting a bum because that's all you can get your hands on. You're not a quality person. You're not a good person. So you scraped the bottom of the manhood barrel, came up with him, and let him go to work with you. That's it.
Like, but a little bit of my sentiments I don't mind sharing. Like, part of me feels like because I've never had a strong father figure in my life, that sometimes in a weird way, like Salah is like that person in my life that's like protective in that way.
Okay, wait a minute. Did y'all catch that? Did you catch it? Oh my God. She looks at Salah as a father figure. Chantal, your husband is your husband. Your father is your father. You got daddy issues. You got abandonment issues. That's why you need therapy. Maybe you don't want a husband. You want someone who acts like a daddy. Because if you have a father or a daddy, daddy takes care of you. You don't have to take care of yourself. Are you trying to do some kind of weird thing where you're trying to go back in time and relive your childhood with this man? Because with your husband, you got to take care of yourself. You got to be independent. You got to stand on your own. But with a father, they take care of everything. It's just weird that you're trying to treat the person who's supposed to be your husband as your father. You're trying to get a father's love from a man who's not your father. That's messed up. That's really messed up. And the stupid thing is that this person that you're trying to treat as a father figure is younger than you. He's 30, you're almost 40, and you're looking at this younger man as a father figure? When you're older than this man? Girl, stop.
Not like in a weird, like psychosexual thing. It's like more like I don't know, like I don't know how to explain it. It's weird.
It, you want to give over all the responsibility of life to another person. You don't want to be responsible for anything. You don't want to have to think about anything. You don't want to think about the bills or the rent or managing your money. You want to be like a child, but you're not a child. And I don't care how much you want to get on vlogs and infantize yourself and talk in a baby voice, no matter what you do, Chantal, it's not going to change the fact that you're an almost 40-year-old woman and you can't go back in time. You can't reverse time and make yourself a child no matter what you do. Okay? Stop trying to live in the distant past and live in the future. Be an adult. Be an adult. Stop trying to be like a female Peter Pan and avoid adulthood. Stop trying to live in that space in your head where you'll never grow up. Grow up. Be a mature woman. Stand on your own. Be independent. Or not. Be miserable.
Hi, cool gamer. Well, there's someone out there for everyone in this world. It's not about someone wanting you. Yeah, it's true. I mean, there is someone for everyone. Everyone is imperfect and perfect in their own way. For real, I know that sounds corny, but it's so true. There's not another single person in the universe that has your DNA, so that does make you actually biologically unique. Like when you think about that, you know? Ashes, do you ever feel sometimes shocked about how much I've done in a short amount of time? Thanks, Monica. Yeah, thank you. Um, yeah, I do actually. Sometimes I think, like I said, I have those existential moments where I'm like, what the hell? I'm in Thailand. What am I doing here? But then again, I feel like I'm doing something I love to do.
No, you're not. You everything you've done has led you to this point. You were in Canada, but you messed up your life in Canada. So you ran to Kuwait to get away from your mess in Canada. And then while you were in Kuwait, you created more messes. You and Salah were moving around quite frequently. I suspect because you were running from people. Now you're in Thailand because of being in Kuwait too long and you won't go back home to Canada. So, like, you're always looking for ways to pivot out of the little corners you put yourself in. And it's getting to a point where that corner is getting tighter and tighter, and it's harder to get yourself out. And you still haven't figured out, if I fixed my mess, I wouldn't be in a corner. I could move around freely. I wouldn't have to run away from my problems or run away from people. If I stand still, I can work my stuff out. You're just not that smart. Because if you were smart, you'd figure that out and deal with it, dummy.
I'm learning a lot about culture. I have a bit of culture shock if I'm being honest. I really miss Kuwait. I miss Kuwait.
You don't miss Kuwait. You miss being in that air conditioned room alone where nobody can see you. That's what you miss. You miss your safe space. That house became your safe space and you didn't want to come out. You miss your bubble. You're out of your bubble. You're uncomfortable being out of that bubble and you just desperately want to race back there, but you can't. You got to wait.
Great, and some things about Canada, but I miss my cat.
Now, you
I got a
know,
video of her today with Howie as well. I got a video of him. Oh, she looks really happy and she's just like in love with this person taking care of her. So that's good news. Um, Abandonment daddy issues. The memories you're making right now with your hubby, so happy for you. Thank you, Leanie. Agreed. He takes control. That's how men are in the Middle East, or maybe even just Muslim. It's cultural. Yeah, I would say for most men it is. That's the feeling I get. But just from the general attitude in Kuwait, there's so much support out there. Why not find a therapist? I've talked to therapists, and I'm the type of person like this feels right opening up to this kind of like avenue. I don't like writing in a diary. I've tried that. I've tried journaling.
Chantal, I'm just going to say it. You've been doing this crap for years, coming on your channel and dumping all of your emotional, psychological trash on people. You've been using your channel as a type of therapy. And yet, after years and years of doing this, has all of these venting sessions, have they resulted in anything getting better? No. No. And what's unkind about all of this is you don't stop and figure the people that come to my channel, they might have issues too. They might have their own problems. And maybe they come on YouTube to just relax for a minute and forget about life for a while. And all they're asking for is to be entertained. And what am I doing? I'm getting on my channel and I'm dumping my personal trash in front of them and exposing it. So treating your channel like your personal diary, vlog, therapy session, not a good idea. There's not a single person in your chat that's an actual professional therapist that can help you. And even if they were, you're not their patient, they can't treat you. All the people can do in your chat is to give advice. But you're someone, your issues are so severe, you need more than advice. You need actual therapy from people that are trained, that have an education that can help you. But yet you avoid the people that can help you for the ones who can't. There's only so much your audience can do. But you don't want to pay for therapy. You want people to come to your channel and listen to your crap. Every single time they tune in, it's you complaining and whining about your life. Oh, my boils. Oh, it's so hot. Blah, 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 blah. These problems that you're complaining about, they're all self-inflicted. You're always coming to the audience with your problems, but you're not that person. You come and say, I've got these problems, but here's a solution. I'm looking for a solution. I'm seeking it out. And here's what I'm going to do about it. You don't give the other side of things. You don't balance it out. It's about, here's my problem. Cry, cry, whine, whine, sob, sob. This is not your therapy session. You shouldn't do this to people, period.
I don't like communicating with even if a professional, I just don't feel.
That's because they're not a beezer and they're not going to put up with your nonsense. They're not going to listen to your lies. They're not going to sit there and say what you want to hear. When you're in a therapy session, you're going to be uncomfortable. They're going to tell you the truth, but you don't want to hear it. You're going to go into a therapy session and be like, la, 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 la. You're not going to listen.
Like they really care. I can't get past it, even if they really.
It's a therapy session. They're not supposed to care about you. They're not supposed to care. They're not supposed to be a relative or a friend. They are there to give an unbiased opinion based on the things they hear and the things they know. It's not personal. You want something personal, but sometimes it's good that therapy is done with somebody who's not personal because it can be unbiased. Stop looking for people to give you actual therapy that care about you, that'll give you hugs and kisses. Sometimes you don't need hugs and kisses, you need the truth.
Really care. I can't get that out of my head. And I just don't like the questions they ask. And I just always give up on it. Hey, I have lost 300 pounds still and get boils. Oh, wow. No, of course, body weight doesn't guarantee happiness. Money doesn't guarantee happiness. I think it was like Jim Carrey who once said, like, I hope.
Yeah, well, you're a walking cautionary tale of money doesn't buy happiness. Because look at you. Look at you. You have money, but that's all you got. So if anybody wants to see a walking example of money doesn't buy happiness, there you go. There it is. There's the walking cautionary tale right there. It has a face, and its face is Foodie Beauty. Also, she's a walking cautionary tale of this is what happens when you live a life and you have no discipline, no structure, no morals, no nothing. When you live your life completely out of control and you indulge in every excess there is. This here it is. Here's the picture. There's the face.
My wish is that everyone gets to become rich and famous because you'll realize it's not what makes you happy. But then I think, oh, well, I'd be happier.
You wouldn't.
Happy, miserable. No. But yeah, Sweaty, congrats on losing 300 pounds. Wow. Kuwait feels home to you now. Yeah, for sure. We miss the food. Like, we're
No, you missed the food.
trying, we had some really good halal Thai food last night. I don't even know what it was. I don't know what anything is. Everything in the menus is written in mostly Thai. And I'm actually surprised at the lack of bilingualism, like at the lack of knowledge of English, like as big of a tourist place as this is. You're going overseas next year for a few months and it's going to Poland. Oh my gosh, Monica. I can't wait for you to have an awesome time. A dominant man. Yes. Hati, hi. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you are well too. God bless and Amber Litter. Some people love journaling.
I do. I love to write. I write all the time. It's good for you to get your feelings out on paper.
Oh, wow. I wish you well, Sweaty. That's crazy. That's a good amount of weight. Yeah, it is hard. Hi, Vamp Diva. How are you? Life coach? I don't think so. No offense. Yeah, money might relieve some stressors, exactly. But I think people underestimate a little bit how much that. I think that'll eradicate one of your problems, but there'll always be other ones. I mean, life is not ever going to be problem free. And I realize if I wait for my life to be problem free and to be thin, to be happy, then I'm just going to have a miserable time. And that's
You don't have to be thin to be happy. You just have to take care of your health. It's my opinion that YouTube is the worst thing that could have ever happened to Chantal. Consider this thought for a minute. If Chantal had not wandered onto YouTube and made a channel and made all the money that she made, where would she be right now? She wouldn't be at 500 pounds. She wouldn't have been able to go crazy buying excessive amounts of food and rugs and live her life completely out of control. She might have a regular job. She might be healthier. Her making the YouTube money and not having to work for it and be grateful for it, it has ruined her. I'm not saying she was a good person before YouTube. She was rotten. It's just that she found a platform where she could indulge all of her rotten. And here's something else, and y'all don't rake me over the coals for this, but this is just my opinion. If Chantal were making excessive amounts of money right now, she might be in the hospital because it seems like the more money she makes, the more she indulges herself and the worse the situation becomes. The fact that she can't make as much money is what's slowing her down from ruining herself rather than speeding up.
That's just not, I'm not here for that, you know? So the food looks spicy. I'd rather be rich depressed than poor depressed. Yeah, exactly. It's not easy. Yeah, thank you. Food addiction is hard, sweaty.
But it's not impossible. She likes to use that excuse. Oh, it's hard. Yes, it is hard. It is very hard because food is unique in the property that, unlike other things you could do and be addicted to, it's something you need. I've struggled with it. I had BED for 6 years. And that was the big question that I needed an answer to. How do I control something that I have to keep doing? Like how do I fix this? And I figured out you got to change your attitude about food. You have to give it the respect it deserves. And there are lots of people who have problems with food and they've overcome their issues. They work through it. They survived the battle. They came out on the other side and they were stronger as a result. There are people on YouTube right now, like Hungry Fat Chick, who based her content on eating, who's got a channel twice the size of Chantal's. And she said, you know what? Money be damned. I'm going to take care of my health. And she's lost weight and she's doing better. She's sounding better. So if she can do it, why can't Chantal? Why can't she? Why is she hanging so hard onto this thing that's destroying her? It doesn't make sense.
It's the only way I can get through is to keep a smile, like most times, you know? Do you think you might have to cut the trip short that you had to pay a pretty penny for the ER? I mean, it wasn't like break the bank expensive, but it was like a chunk of change. And
Okay, now that part I don't believe because Sansa Cooks, great channel, put out, she's made some very informative videos about Chantal being in Thailand. And in Thailand, things are much cheaper. And she showed a couple of people in one vlog that they had to do medical procedures in Thailand and it was fairly cheap. So she's saying that it cost $2,000 for her procedure, but she might be mixing up the different kinds of currency. I don't know if she means in Kuwaiti dinar or in the Thailand baht, but 2,000 Thailand baht does not equal 2,000 American dollars or Canadian dollars. So she's trying to make it sound like she's spending more than what she's actually spent. And again, I think that this whole Boyle situation is fake. It's phony. She lied.
but no, I'm not. No, because to cut the trip short, first of all, oh my gosh, I would have to do all these things I don't want to do, or Salah would have to do them, as like call the airlines and change the date or something. I don't even.
No, you would have to do that because it's in your name. It's your bank account. It's your credit card or debit card, as it were. It's your money. He's not making money.
Know what I would have to do. But no, we're okay.
You know, that's something else. That what she just said is very telling. She's like, oh, like in order to cut the trip short and go home to Kuwait, it would be a lot. So that would mean having to get other tickets to go back, uh, extra expenses. But I thought you were making money, Chantal. You can afford tickets, um, expenses. Yeah, you're strapped for cash. You know what? It is today is the 14th, and she always cries broke the last week before payday. So YouTube payday is on the 21st, or if you're Canadian, the 22nd. So we've got another week before she gets paid again. So of course you're right on time, Chantal. You're right on time. You guys are strapped for cash, allegedly. So you're complaining about the money, but you know what? No sympathy for you because there's a lot of people in this world that have regular jobs. They live paycheck to paycheck and they work harder than you. And they've got families to support. They've got to worry about their rent. So if you're over there complaining at the same time that you are in Thailand, seeing the sights, eating tons of fast food, and you're over there eating tons of pizza and tons of takeout, you ain't doing so bad as far as money, at least not right now. Stop bitching. Stop.
One trick I could tell you is don't pay for everything all at once. Like, like for example, like 1 month, pay for something like the hotels. Like, when the date you're going to travel. So every month leading up to that, just pay something out of the trip. So like when the time comes, all you need money for is food and um, transportation and attractions. Everyone's struggling, yeah.
Chantal, you're 39 years old and you've gone on trips before. You know what you need to do to prepare yourself for the trip, what all's required. Again, you're crying and complaining about, oh, like all the preparation and all the money, and just do it this way. You've been to Cuba, you went to Kuwait, and you're complaining like you're a first time traveler. Quit. Just quit it.
Yeah, Ash. How much was the ER? It was like, well, I don't want to say exactly how much, but and I don't know if there's any problem with saying it, but I would like, I don't know. I don't, it wasn't like, I don't know, like maybe,
You know, one thing I'm not hearing from her? Given her lack of health, I don't hear any mention about, I've got money put away in case of medical expenses for myself or Salah. Haven't heard one word about that. And if you're someone you got very poor health and you've got no health insurance, wouldn't you put money away for that just in case? But she didn't. You're living dangerously, Foodie.
a couple thousand or so, not too much. Not like thousands and thousands, like tens of thousands or something like that. No means no, hello. That's the most I've had to pay for like healthcare ever because I'm from Canada, right? So if you don't count the taxes, of course, was Cuba budget friendly? Cuba was like all included. It was like 1,400 and something.
That's because they stayed at a resort. I'm sorry, she did. When she went to Cuba, she flew to the resort and she stayed there the entire time. She never left. She didn't see any attractions, nothing. That's why it was so cheap.
No, it was like 2,000, like almost 2,000, like Canadian dollars.
No, it wasn't. Liar.
Or no, yeah,
No, it wasn't.
I think around that.
No,
I can't really
lies.
remember exactly.
Lies. She lying. I don't believe that. I don't.
Um, I'd have to ask Salah exactly how much it is. I'm telling you the funniest most, but with us it would be in dinars. I'm telling you the
She doesn't know the currency. She's flipping over her words because she's telling a lie and she's trying to make it sound believable and it ain't. Chantal, if you went to Thailand for a boob job, it would cost you that much. But you're not going for a boob job. You went to have a boil lanced. Girl, stop. Stop lying.
funniest, most talented people have addiction issues. You're hilarious, awesome, mashallah. Yeah, no, it's because they charge it as like a package thing, like um a surgical procedure. It's like considered a surgical procedure. That's probably why they can get away with charging. Actually, that's
Maybe you got ripped off. Maybe you didn't go to a hospital. Maybe you found someone on the side to do it and they charged you that much because they saw you as a stupid tourist. That's why you should go to a hospital, Chantal. Idiot.
it's not bad. That's not bad for some of the private clinics, like some of the private hospital, other ones I've called. It was like gonna be like maybe one was like 40,000 baht. I was like, thanks. Or that might be around, I don't remember how much in baht. And okay, I'm not good with
Hey, hold on a minute. We're doing some on the minute research. Okay. Canadian. Okay, baht to Canadian dollars. I want to see the currency. Okay. I'm nosy. Okay. So, okay. 2,000 baht. Oops. 2,000 Thai baht, which is a currency there, is equal to 75 Canadian dollars. She's saying it's costing $2,000 in Thailand, but 2,000 Thai baht is equal to $75.51 in Canadian dollars. So you paid less than $100 for the procedure. Okay, 40,000 baht. Didn't she say 40,000? I'm sorry, I'm common sense. You're not gonna pay $2,000 to have a boil lanced? No, ma'am. No, you're a liar. Straight up, you're a liar.
With conversion, I'm gonna have to ask Salah and I'll get back to you because I don't know how much he paid in dinar, how much
He didn't pay anything. He doesn't have any money to pay. You paid. Why do you keep insisting on telling us that he paid when he's not even working? He doesn't have a job. He's living off of your dime. Stop it. Just say you paid. Say you paid.
exactly it was in Canadian or baht. So I have no concept of this. I don't usually do the conversion here. Save myself the headache. I'm here, I look cute, I wear hats, and I edit. That's it. Oh, yeah.
You pay for everything.
And I eat all the 7-Eleven food. I swear every night the stock boy is probably like, I gotta restock the halal wieners with cheese inside of them. Hello, Bam.
And that's probably why you're going broke. You're going to that 7-Eleven. You probably send him to the 7-Eleven 3 or 4 times a day, buying all that convenience store food.
How much is 40,000 baht in Canadian? I can't remember. I can't do the conversion.
I can. 40,000 Thai baht is equal to $1,510.22. I got it right here. There you go, Chantal. There you go.
I didn't care for the Cuba trip because you were on the prowl. Gosh, I can't believe that was my life. I really don't. I really can't.
Oh, please. Before you went to Cuba, you went to go see Nader and Didi. You had a little occasion with Nader and Didi, having intimate relations with 2 people that you swore were your enemies, and it happened twice. And then while you were in Cuba, you were still in communication with Nader, and you guys were talking back and forth in text messages, and you were telling him, I'm going to tell everybody that I'm mad at you and rage about you for views. Yeah, that happened too. You guys were still good. On your birthday, you went to go see Nader, and you and Didi and him hooked up. And then while you were in Cuba, you were still talking to him, despite the fact that you were putting on a show. And that's exactly what it was, a show about being mad at him.
I miss it sometimes. Obviously, I miss being just like really silly and everything. I feel like I should just let loose a bit more. You know, it's just that the country I live in now is very conservative, and it's just a very different. And sometimes I do wonder, I'm like, is this my personality? Like, is this for me?
No, sure isn't. Nope. That's not for you. It's a complete opposite of you.
But then I think back to like, what was my personality before? Like, I can still be myself without being completely stupid, high and drunk and just self-destructive.
Your problem is that you don't know who you are. You're so lacking in a sense of self that you struggle with it. And you're always looking for someone to latch onto and to cling to, trying to find a sense of self. Every guy you hook up with or you put your hooks into, you try to mold yourself into what you think that guy wants. You basically dissolve into that person. What they like, you like. What they hate, you hate. You have no sense of self. What little bit of self you did have, it disappeared the moment that you made your YouTube channel and you absolved yourself into a persona named as Foodie Beauty. You stopped being Chantal at that point when you really got into that. You wanted to stay on that YouTube stage and never come off and be your real self. You've gone all these years not caring about who you are, not caring about your real self, not discovering your real self. It's all about from moment to moment, just looking for someone to latch onto.
you know? So, hello? Stop. Infected cyst. Yeah, if you don't have, exactly, if you don't have health insurance, it would cost a lot. Thailand is not as cheap as we were thinking. We spend more on food here per day than we do in Kuwait.
Oh, please. Food in Thailand is cheap. The problem is not the cost of the food. The problem is the quantity of the food. You're spending a lot of money on food because of your problem with food, and you won't slow down. Food in Thailand is cheap. Just that you eat too much of it. That's why it's expensive.
And the food in Kuwait is a lot different, but there's more halal options. Oh, really, Monica? Oh, no. I'm glad you're better. I don't know what, and Zinga, it's just the right kind of support. Like, I don't like support. Like, I like the support from you guys. I like the support. I mean, why not? You guys are human. You're not professionals, but I've talked to many therapists. Primo healthcare, it wouldn't matter until you figure why you binge. Exactly, sweaty. You can still be yourself and silly. You just have to treat yourself with respect. Yeah. 1517 Canadian. Okay, then it was probably like around that, I think. Sue Ann, hello. So yeah, they give it as like a package, like a surgical procedure, like the lancing, the draining, and everything else. Like aftercare. Trouble. Get free breakfast.
Okay, this person, super mean Sadie, saying, you deserve to be respected just as much as anyone else in the world. I'm sorry, I don't respect Chantal. I don't respect her. She will never have my respect. As a person, as a woman, no respect for her. She's a horrible human being. She's cruel. She's mean. She's selfish. No respect. She's hurt people in her life. She's hurt her family. She's hurt people that she called her friends. She even hurt her pets. She's selfish and she's thoughtless and she's soulless. I don't respect evil.
No, but I will say next time we travel, we're gonna get a hotel with free breakfast because usually, at least I've found that like usually the price of getting it instead of like it's a free breakfast, it's a free meal. Like get it because you can stock up in the morning, then go do all your things. I think it's just
Chantal, wherever you go in the world, if you find a hotel with continental breakfast, because that's usually what it's called, a continental breakfast, you're paying a good amount for that room. You're not having to do it like on the cheap. And if you're thinking I'm going to get a hotel and just scarf down all I can at the buffet, breakfast buffet, like that's your main concern, traveling and finding a place with free breakfast. What about lunch? What about dinner? What are you going to do for those?
probably something I would do next time.
And I've been to nice places like the Hyatt that have the continental breakfast. What is the continental breakfast? It is fruit. You get coffee or tea. You get maybe you might get a nice buffet of like basic items like scrambled eggs or bacon, some pastries, some cereal. That's basically it.
To me, thanks, Superman.
It's nothing big.
Catnip. I don't think so. Oh, okay, Lisa. So yeah, that's probably about right. Thank you, Nathan. No, we don't have any plan to go really anywhere else right now.
You broke.
They don't allow gossiping or bullying. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Monica. Creepy. And like that's the thing, yeah. They don't allow.
Speaking of that free breakfast, I know it's a side issue, whatever, but the free breakfast would mean she'd have to get her butt out of bed early to to take advantage of that free breakfast, and she'd have to be around people. So have fun with that, Chantal.
A lot of things, but that's a good thing in a way. No hot tea. All inclusive is king. Wow, nice, Nicolina. That's awesome. That's worth it then. Sometimes tissue needle. The Kuwaiti dinar is worth it. Probably seemed like Thailand would have been really cheap. I know, exactly. That's what it seemed like. The free breakfast. Yeah, you can look for a hotel with free breakfast. They see me coming. I love buffet anything. I'm a fat girl. Even skinny girls. I used to go to a bar, a buffet, a Chinese buffet. Actually, I went with Shannon and this other girl all the time. Wing Hang, okay? You and Sala like super mean, Sadie. I can't have kids. If you mean adoption, I don't really know what the future holds. Honestly, it's something we don't really talk about public, but we do talk about it behind the scenes.
Why? Why? She's saying the talk about adoption, you never know what the future holds. The future should hold not getting kids, because he's not really your husband. He doesn't really love you, and you're not taking care of your health. Getting a child for you right now, bad idea. Scrap that. Don't. You can't even take care of yourself. How are you going to take care of a child, Chantal? That's a no. It's a definite no idea. And if you're thinking that you can get a child in the picture and that's going to tie Salah to you, wrong. If that's the motivation to bring a child into the picture, to get attention for you and to keep him with you, scrap that. Scrap it. It doesn't work. With your disposition and with your lack of health, you'd be a horrible mother. You don't have the temperament. You don't have the patience. You would not be able to give that child everything it would need to have a happy life, to be well taught with morals and manners. You would not be able to discipline that child. You can't even discipline yourself. Forget it. Just forget it. You can't take care of cats. You can't take care of a kid.
Especially like before getting married. Please go to London. London, Ontario, right? Thank you, Nathan. I'm glad you like them. Okay. This girl, I know, I heard that meat. This girl, she was, I swear to, she was thin, okay? Like naturally thin. She would eat Shannon and I under the table. She would just get like 800, she got like 8 plates of food, I swear. I'm not exaggerating. Oh no, I'm not upset, Common. I'm just relaxed. Oh, not Ontario. Okay. London, England. No, it's
This is kind of random, but she talked about having a golf ball sized boil on the inside of her thigh. And I'm looking at her sitting position. She's sitting perfectly straight up, right? Not laying down at all. And her thighs are, I'm sure that they're up against each other. I haven't seen her wince in pain once. Wouldn't that hurt?
it's not that Nzinga. Yeah, I know what you mean. I do a lot of self-help reading, which does help. Hi, Tanya.
Well, apparently you can't help yourself. If you could help yourself and heal yourself, you would have done it long ago.
Could be bulimia. I used to have it. No, I don't think so. I mean, we went out after. I don't know. Come to the UK. Yeah. I would love to. I know buffets. You don't have to have kids. Kids are not.
Nope.
They are, yeah, big responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
You're a big kid yourself. To the point where you need a caretaker, you're treating Salah as your caretaker. How would you manage a child that needs much more than you?
Fill up plates and store in my room. Ew, we don't have a microwave. It is, what time is it? Doing whatever, and then bang, I'll be like doing my makeup, and then I will be talking to him, and I'll notice like no reply, and I'm like, oh yeah. I don't even have to look anymore. I know he's fallen asleep if he doesn't answer me. Because whenever he's awake, he's very active and very talkative. So if he's not for a while, I notice his presence. So I know he's passed out. We're both happy. Howie and Julia, yeah, true, Vanty, but thank you. It's about to get a whole lot worse. It's frightening and limiting as we do overthink. Yeah, for sure. I know I do. Hi, Coma Black. And I think sometimes men get overwhelmed by that and don't understand that way of thinking. Like, why are you thinking like this? Like, why are you going there? Why are you thinking of that? Like, kind of thing, you know? It's like, I can't help it. And in my mind, I'm like, how can you not think of that? You know, just somebody who's the opposite of that. Like, how can you not go there? How can your mind not think of that possibility? I can be awake at 11:01 and talking and then be passed out. No way, Fantifa. You're just like Salah. Yeah, true. Or just thinking, like thinking or
Oh, what happened?
something, or I don't know, you know what I mean? Busy or can't sleep. Men need other men to mingle. Yeah, men. Have you ever like really just seen men socialize? Seriously.
That's something else that you don't want to think about, Chantal. Everybody needs friends. Everybody should have their own little social circle away from the relationship. You know, guys want to hang out with guys, and sometimes girls want to hang out with girls, but you don't have any friends. And because you don't have any friends, and because you just want to have one favorite person, you expect your favorite person to not have a social life, to not have any friends, or go hang out with them and kick it and just talk and have a good time. The person that's your favorite person, if they dare to have any kind of life away from you, you flip out. You don't want the other person to have a life away from you. You want yourself to be their entire life, but you're not acknowledging the fact that you are exhausting. Sometimes people just need a break.
So different from women. Well, in a lot of ways, but it's my brain racing. Yeah, read a book. Yeah, I really want to. Maybe I'll go book shopping. My ex used to hate my overthinking, saying I was always so negative, but I'm just planning for the worst in any case. I find guys like certain types of guys, like one type of guy, like they're very competitive with gaming and like everything they do has to be the best, like kind of thing. So whenever they're socializing as guys, like a group of guys like that, they're always like play fighting and like when they're playing games or stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's a freaking thing. Would it be obnoxious if I held it because it's annoying me on here? And I wish I had some snacks. I have zero snacks.
She's doing a live and her mind is focused on food. Always focused on food. This is why you need inpatience, Chantal. Badly. You're doing a live. You can talk about anything, and yet we're talking about food again.
I don't want to go to the. I don't want to go to the freaking store by myself.
So go.
I like that hotel rooms have a safe. I never used to use them before Cuba. And when I went to Cuba, I put everything in my safe, although I gave most of it away. I don't know why I bothered. But here we keep like all our money, all our stuff, all our minion change. I'm gonna go, but we bought like a whole meal with our minion change the other day. Really, Karen? See? Take us. Women are so catty. I know. Peace and bliss. Yeah. Take us to 7-Eleven.
Yeah, why
I was
not?
going to do a video on 7-Eleven tonight.
Why?
But yeah, I should. I have to bring you guys. I will bring you guys before the end of this trip.
Why are we getting a tour of the 7-Eleven? We have those over here in the States, and there's 7-Elevens in Canada. Why are we getting like a whole doggone tour of 7-Eleven for?
I get a lot of hate online. You're stronger than you think. Yeah, well, thank you, Nzinga. I mean, you have to get to a point where you truly, in your heart, just don't give a shit what ignorant people think about you. You know, like,
There's so many people in her chat. Like, if you guys aren't trolls, you must be feeties, or you might have issues with food yourself. Let me see here. And yes, I'm gonna point you out. Hot Tea says no snack. What are you doing, girl? Hot Tea, why does she need snacks? Why is that mandatory? She doesn't need snacks. She eats enough during the day. Okay, what else we got here? Yeah, you guys are not gonna like this. I don't care. We got a few here. Karen says snacks are mandatory. No, they're not. She doesn't need snacks. What she could do is sit in this chat, and if she's got her mind on food, she could distract herself by talking to you guys about anything but food and just for the moment, stop thinking about it. Stop fixating. Like so many feedies in the chat. What is wrong with you people? She's got a problem with food, and you're talking about food and encouraging her to eat. She's 500 freaking pounds. She doesn't need encouragement to eat. She doesn't need encouragement. She does fine on her own. But just with the ridiculous amount of comments from people saying, go get some food, go to 7-Eleven. She doesn't need that. She doesn't need it. Stop encouraging her. Doggone it.
that's it. No snack. I know. Oh, I have some peanuts. Friggin' peanuts. What kind of? That's like snacks when I'm like trying to be healthy. I want something like. I wish I had like a pack of cheese strings. No, you're going to Thailand in October.
And this is why you can't talk to Chantal about food. Look, you're putting your mind on food. What do you think's going to happen? She's going to have a B moment. She's thinking about food. She's talking about food. That transcends to, I'm going to eat now. Ugh.
October, Lady Vixen. Nice. I hope you have fun. Where are you going? Yeah, I want breakfast buffet. Life is so much more peaceful. You just be jealous. Get an ocean cup, some mineral soda, water, and some fruits. Oh, ice cup.
Speaking about food, I'm hungry. My stomach is actually growling. It's empty. So we're not going to stay here much more.
Hi, sunflower. Yeah, true. Super mean Sadie. Halal wiener. Imagine halal chicken ham. Halal chicken wieners.
So we're not like, we're less than 40 minutes in. It's less than an hour. And look where her mind is going. Look where it keeps going. Food, talking about different food items. Talking about them.
Halal breakfast sausage.
Y'all care about Chantal. Get her mind off food.
Random eggs. They put egg on everything. I started eating it. Actually, they.
Shut up with the food talk.
I don't even remember what my PayPal is, Vamp Diva, honestly. Yeah, I really don't remember what I used. I'm doing okay, Teardrop. How are you? I got the Amish. Yeah. There's a place called Krabi, Thailand. That's funny.
I keep skipping ahead looking for a place where there's no food talk and I'm failing.
Is there because there's crab? No, crab is in it. Soup was sour. I wanted to punch it. It was really sour, like almost lemony. I seem homesick. Yeah, I miss my pets. Well, after seeing them in the video, I just feel really like, and I miss like, you know, the halalness of it. They are so wise. Yeah. I seem down. I'm just trying to talk low because Salah's napping. I hear partying already. I haven't done any partying this trip.
You're not supposed to. You're supposed to be a Muslim woman. You're not supposed to party.
So odd, but you know what? I never truly loved it.
Liar.
I just did it, I think, just like to escape, but I never liked doing it that much.
That's because you feel socially awkward. Anybody out there believe that if Chantal, if she were at a body mass and a body size, if she were at a body size that she was comfortable, whatever that is, let's just say down the 300s, she wouldn't be out there partying? You know, she would.
Some like maybe when I was young, but
And I'm not saying that people of a much bigger size can't be comfortable, can't be comfortable in their own skin. There are plenty of wonderful plus size people that are comfortable in their own skin. She's someone that she isn't, though. Like the bigger she gets, the more awkward she feels, the more shy and aware of herself she becomes. And yet she won't fix the problem.
I feel old. I feel old. I look like an old vacationer. So yeah, that's how my back goes. Someone Muslim like you for degrading someone and name calling someone, backbiting someone, and being downright hateful. Actually, that's probably worse. My midlife crisis was younger than me, but nobody ever mistook for my son. That's the line.
Okay, so Wolf Oak says, I noticed how far you lean back when you're walking and standing. That can't be comfortable for you. No, I'm sure it isn't. Like to balance the amount of tremendous weight in the front of her, she literally has to arch her back backward, try to counterbalance all of the weight in her lower front. Also, when she walks, you can look at her feet in pictures. She walks kind of with her feet curled inward. That can't be good for her feet either.
That's funny. The weed there's only 2%. Oh my gosh. Really? Sue Ann. Oh yeah, teardrop. Anyway, I'll watch some here and there because through Yo Mama because like
Oh,
he's not
stop it. Stop it. I don't want to hear anymore.
a zombie. One at least Yo Mama's funny. Yeah, exactly, Monica. His you know what it is? His content isn't dark.
Blah, blah, blah. Wait, what? She's saying talking about Yo Mama, his content isn't dark. Well, if you're talking about the reaction channels and that our content is dark, why is that? Why is our content dark? Is it because we're talking about you? What does that say about your content, Chantal? Oh,
Editing something, guys, that this I'm gonna be really proud of. Like don't have kids or can't have kids, which trust me, people remind me all the time. Another moral statement that they always make. Um, doesn't mean that I can't observe and know what's right and wrong. I know that it's not right to teach people, like teach young ones, it's okay to body shame others. What the heck? You don't have to be a genius or a parent to know that. Exactly, creepy. Yeah. He doesn't just he has actual good points and he's pointing the finger in the other direction, you know, as silly as possible. Thank you for being a geezer so long. Wow. This isn't where I left my porn. What?
you know what, guys? Would you guys forgive me? I am tremendously hungry, and my stomach has been growling at me for the past half hour. I had a very light breakfast, and it's nearly dinner time. So I'm going to cut this short. She talks about food for the remainder of the half hour. So we'll just cut it here. Hope you guys have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here and sharing this with me. All right, take care of yourselves and please have a great day.